So, hi guys, I just wanted to take the time to congratulate everyone who's well involved in Bitcoin. I've just received the news that Elon Musk finally bought into Bitcoin after months and months of speculating whether he was going to get involved, whether he was going to stay out, because he seemed like he was very much against Bitcoin, but I think reason prevailed. And we're going to get into why I think he got involved. And it's just an interesting time for everyone, I guess, if you're someone who's a fan of cryptos like me, who's just newly involved in this. So he's just bought 1.5 billion in Bitcoin, and now you can purchase Tesla models with Bitcoin. And even if you didn't buy in, like in the beginning, I think this is just still the beginning phases, and there's still high demand for Bitcoin. And something odd happened. We're going to get into that as well just now. So, where this whole discussion with Elon Musk started was with Michael Saylor, who bought billions and billions for his hedge fund. I think he bought close to 20 billion in Bitcoin for his hedge fund. And he was talking about convincing Elon Musk to get involved to convert his cash holdings into Bitcoin. And so, what he was essentially saying was that cash is number one inflation, and it's inflating, holding a bunch of cash while there's just high inflation and the value of the dollar keeps depreciating. There's essentially no point in just holding on to just dead cash, and you're not actually using it and you're not investing it. And so Michael Saylor had told Elon Musk, hey, take your cash, convert it into Bitcoin, make tons of, make tons of money during the Bitcoin rise. Especially if you have lots of billions laying around, might as well throw a couple of billions just to make more money during the Bitcoin rise. And finally, he gave in. And I don't know if you know the guy from The Big Short, the movie The Big Short. I forgot what his name is. I think it's also Michael something. He was talking about how hedge funds were planning to short the Tesla stock. And he's really, really influential because if you remember in The Big Short, he makes huge bets and he's most of the time he's correct. Not to say he has a perfect track record, but essentially he was now influencing other hedge funds to short Tesla stocks, and he gave Elon Musk a heads up. And so when Michael Saylor was saying, "Hey, get out of Tesla and put your money into Bitcoin," not to say you don't trust Bitcoin, you don't trust your own company Tesla, but just to make money during the Bitcoin rise and to offset the short that's going to happen to Tesla stock because it's way overextended, it's way overvalued, it's going to come down whether he likes it or not. And so he's been flirting with the idea of Bitcoin back and forth on his Twitter. He's been posting funny memes about Bitcoin, and it's just been entertaining to watch. And I was telling people, like, I did a video on it, and I said Elon Musk flirting with Bitcoin, and it was just a video where I was trying to, say how can we convince Elon that that's the next best move for himself and also for Bitcoin, because obviously if someone as big as him can influence institutions to get more involved and to have some more more trust in Bitcoin, like for example selling their products in exchange for Bitcoin. I know NFL players are starting to accept their salaries in Bitcoin. It's fairly new, but a lot of new NFL players with new contracts are actually asking for a lot of their money in Bitcoin and less cash, which is really, really important. And there's this other really big hedge fund guy. His name is Raul something. I think he's Portuguese or he's from Brazil, but he spends a lot of time in England. His name is Raul something. I forgot what his name is, but I saw a video of his on YouTube, and he was like saying 98% of his net worth is in Bitcoin. This is just before this huge spike up. He sold everything. He put his entire net worth into Bitcoin. And obviously, these are the like multi millionaires and billionaires saying, I've sold everything and I'm all into Bitcoin, which really raises the question of whether this is a second GameStop incident. If you don't know what GameStop is, it was about this major manipulation that just happened in the United States over a stock called GameStop. And so it saw huge spikes in price before a huge burst. Not to say that Bitcoin's going to go through the same thing, but essentially that there was a huge manipulation in the market. And I'm starting to see the same thing. Like, if Elon wanted to buy into Bitcoin, why now? How did he know exactly the time to buy? And I think a lot of hedge funds were sort of waiting for this time to get in, because you see a lot of billionaires have now changed their stance and now are pro Bitcoin, yet they hated it in the beginning. So if you look at the first one of the videos I posted on how the banks trade, Siam Kids section, when he was talking about how the big billionaires and the hedge funds will wait for a huge collapse, so they'll all sell out, wait for a huge collapse, and then they'll all dive in once they realize that they missed out. So I think this is the second GameStop incident, and essentially people like Elon Musk and all the hedge fund guys are like, this is now the great time to buy, because it fell from it hit all time highs end of 2020, and then it's just been falling all the way till I think in around 19k, 18k, and then all of a sudden now everyone's diving in. And I really think this is just the beginning of something special in 2021. We're yet to see what's going to happen, and it's just a really interesting space for anyone